LPT, don't wreck your finances for engagement ring. It's an emotional purchase that can make you blind to common sense. I was going to beg, borrow, steal, literally gamble and anything else I could to get more money for a pound piece, but my tip for now is, don't. I'm now getting a cheaper ring within my budget. Cheers. Edit. Figure of speech. I was not literally gonna steal for cash. Considered gambling. Decided in the end just to sell a couple of things and that's it. Posts trying to one-up how little you spent are as annoying as people bragging about how much they spent. Spend what you are comfortable with financially. Spend what is within your means and forget what others say you should spend, whether that's a lot or little. Same with the wedding. As long as you and your partner are on the same page for what makes sense, that's really all that matters. If you don't know what your partner would want, then you probably shouldn't be proposing anyway. Also, LPT, be on the same page as a partner you're thinking of proposing to about your shared finances and the value of an engagement ring. Some people would much rather have their student loans paid off than a chunk of carbon around their finger that might fall off in the lake one day. I'd see if I get down voted yet again for mentioning moissanite and how much I love it. Moissanite is the best budget lab-grown stone. And don't spend 5 figures on a wedding that lasts one day, when you can put that towards a down payment for a house. White sapphire is pretty cheap. Moissanite too. Corollary: don't marry a person that wants you to wreck your finances for their engagement ring. I spent $20, wife lost it a month later. Still together after 10 years. Nice tip, Hamilton. To add to this, you can get lab-grown gemstones that are chemically identical to natural gemstones for way less money. A good jeweler can order the gemstone for you and build a ring around it. That's what I did for my wife. Got an 8mm 2.4 quart pink lab sapphire for less than $2,000. A natural diamond that size would have been around $20,000 if I remember correctly. The only thing that matters is the quality of the components. The band should be made of a metal that won't tarnish and be strong enough not to bend or become misshapen. The setting needs to be secure enough that the stone won't loosen over time. And the stone should be of an adequate hardness on the Mohs scale not to get scratched up. This doesn't have to cost a huge amount. Don't go to your typical retailers either. Look for artisanal jewelers. People who make and sell jewelry as a business. You can get better quality, better service, and probably something custom for a 1/4 of the price. The spouse and I both have custom handmade bands with a cool setting for her marquise cut sapphire, with the total price tag probably half that of your typical mall jeweler. Not to mention we got to support an artist. When my wife and I got married, we had silver rings. Total cost about $14. No engagement ring, instead we put the money down on a house payment. Best thing we ever did. Lab-grown diamonds are a great solution. Perfect clarity. Not blood diamonds. Half the price or less. Etsy is just full of stunning and creative rings that are so much more affordable. I'd rather have a fun and interesting looking ring with a nice semi-precious stone than a boring diamond stuck on a plain silver, platinum, gold, whatever band. That is if I ever even want to get married. Which is dubious at best, lol. Here's the other thing when being open with communication. The thought that comes with the ring is more important than the cost of the ring, and if you and your partner are on the same page, it may make more sense to budget less for the ring and put the extras into the honeymoon, wedding, or first home purchase. My fiancé did spend quite a bit on mine, and it is a beautiful, gorgeous ring that gets daily compliments, and I am absolutely in love with it. One point to keep in mind is the quality of workmanship of a nice ring. Mine has no sharp or rough parts. It never snags on anything or scratches me or the children I look after. I have been seeing a lot on our engagement rings about rings that can't be worn every day because they snag or scratch and it's uncomfortable. Quality workmanship costs money, but it is definitely worth it for an engagement ring. Jewelry, the most marked up product except maybe health services in the US. That's something I only see in the movies. Really. Our engagement ring was a simple and cheap silver ring. And the marriage ring is a plain gold ring with the other's name and marriage date engraved on the inside. I agree. Do what you want and can afford. Same with weddings. If you want to have an expensive ring and wedding, because that's what you want, do it. Don't let other people convince you to spend more than you want or convince you to cheap out if you don't want to. It's your day in life. My baby wants a diamond ring. My baby wants a diamond ring. I can't afford that diamond no more. My baby wants a diamond ring. Same-sex couple, so we skipped the engagement ring and went straight for the wedding ring. Still did the surprise proposal, it was fun. My husband's ring was a simple gold band and mine came for free with his. Both rings for $900. Courthouse marriage was about $350 after the judge and the marriage certificate. Everything said and done under $1,300 and it was a great wedding emo. Been married for almost 3 years and we still never had a reception lol. Edit kinda posted this without much context, but affordable weddings are definitely achievable. I will definitely second this. Our wedding $5,000. Our rings $3,000. Having no wedding debt priceless. Agreed. Also buy a sustainable diamond. Do your research on the lab-grown ones and buy one with the chemical makeup of a legit diamond if you're worried it's just a rock. If you try selling the ring, you get less than half of what you paid. I cannot exaggerate how pissed I was to buy a very nice engagement ring just to learn that most women don't keep wearing it, replacing it with their wedding ring. I never understood until then that they were two separate rings and the engagement ring is usually relegated to a box after the wedding. Not mad at her obviously. But as a guy the first completely did not understand the role of the ring. Thankfully her wedding ring was a family heirloom passed down generations. The engagement ring will go to my daughter's quarter eventually. Okay, diamonds are stupid, but if someone proposes to me with a ring with a meteorite in it, I am going to be in love. When I was engagement ring shopping, one thing the jeweler said that stood out to me was that carat is not equal to size. You can have a 1.2 carat and a 2 carat and they can have the same dimensions. The weight will be different, but the dimensions are close in size. My recommendation is to look for a wholesaler and work with them. I was able to save thousands of dollars buying directly from a wholesale dealer than a retail one. But now you have a bigger problem cause the wedding ring needs to be better. And what do you do with the engagement ring after? Mine's I gave is eating dust somewhere. Especially if it doesn't work out. Spent more than I should have. We split up 6 months later. She still has the ring and I'm out that money. I was the 4th reject of a woman who wouldn't accept anything less than a 5-carat diamond engagement ring. At the time I didn't know about the 3 prior rejects and 20-some years later I heard that she was still waiting for Mr. 5 to show up. He died from Rona. Was pretty clear in my choice of grammar. My GF and I each got a 2K-ish ring. Mine was a little more, hers was a little less. I got her a white gold Savorit ring because Savorit comes from Kenya and she grew up there. I got a gold ring diamond center with a double band of black diamonds down the sides. They both look great, not huge, not too flashy.